Hey everybody, this is your girl TattooRika here, and right now we're about to react to the top 10 scariest film performances. This video was requested by my boy Tim, so shouts out to you. This is on WatchMojo.com, so I'll leave the original video link in the description. So let's get into this and let's go. Also, I know this is supposed to be, but happy late Halloween and all that good stuff. I can't. But it is what it is. Hey, I was partying. I don't know what this woman tell you. It's okay. Anyway, let's get into it and let's go.
For this list, we're looking at the most memorably frightening and unnerving performances in film history, with a focus on the acting itself, rather than on frightening characters who owe most of their scariness to makeup and special effects. Of course, makeup and special effects can make a scary performance even better, as you'll soon see.
Freddy.
Number 10, Robert Patrick as the T-1000, Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Are you the legal guardian of John Connor?
Sometimes a performance can be terrifying for how understated it is, and this is one such time. While other actors can give us chills with an air of menace or danger, Robert Patrick's T2 villain sets us on the edge for being cold, emotionless, and robotic, appropriate for a character made of liquid metal. There's just something disconcerting about seeing Patrick shrug off shotgun blasts or run full tilt after a speeding car with a completely neutral expression on his face. Absolutely nothing faces the character, and somehow that's scarier than if he reacted in recognizably human ways. And did we mention that having knives for hands is terrifying enough?
Damn.
Number 9, Malcolm McDowell as Alex DeLarge, A Clockwork Orange. On the opposite end of the spectrum, here's a performance that's all about reveling in pain and anarchy. The leader of a gang of terrifying ruffians in a not-too-distant future version of London, this character positively glows with sinister, evil energy.
And that motherfucker looking right at me, y'all.
Or just enjoying a glass of milk. McDowell takes a fairly simple character, one with no moral compass to speak of and a penchant for brutal acts of violence, and makes him both terrifying and plausible. After all, sociopaths like this exist in our world, and frankly, we can't think of anything more scary than the random cruelty of regular old humans. Number 8, Javier Bardem as Anton Chigurh, No Country for Old Men.
He looks like serial killer. Just my opinion.
And you have to cycle it.
And speaking of normal humans with warped or non-existent moral compasses, we still get the willies when we think back to Bardem's performance as this ice-cold hitman. What makes this performance so terrifying are the little hints of sadistic pleasure that occasionally break the surface of his calm, cool demeanor, to say nothing of how violence could erupt from him at any moment.
Ooh!
Every scene is a waiting game of when
got the silencer on the fucking shotty
every single time, playing out like a middle ground between the last two entries. This performance takes the best elements of both and blends them together to terrifying effect.
I won't tell you can save yourself, because you can't.
Number 7, Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Fucking master.
This is God.
From human horrors to supernatural spookiness, this iconic horror performance works wonderfully in
Can you
concert
imagine
with
getting
makeup and
straight
special effects,
hysterectomy
craft a
or
legacy
vasectomy
that
like
lives
that?
on in horror to this day. While the character may have become campy and silly in later installments, Robert Englund's first outing as the razor-fingered boogeyman makes us scared to go to sleep even now.
No.
From the deep, spooky voice to the evil glint in his eyes that contains just the right mixture of demented glee and ruthless edge, he's both magnetic and monstrous. With a terrifying visage bolstering an even scarier performance, this really is the stuff nightmares are made of.
Watch this.
Number 6, Bill Skarsgård.
I'm just say this. Yeah, when I was younger, Freddy was the scariest fucking thing ever in life. But as you get older, you know you can beat Rob Englund's Freddy Krueger. It's not that hard, if you want me to be honest. Because first thing I just need to come out, that needs to come out my mouth in regards to Freddy is, you in my dream, you want to kill me. Yeah, that's cool. You late with rent. So what the fuck is it? And you ain't take the trash out. I will act like as if that wife that he just want to get rid of. He couldn't kill me in my dream, because I'll be like, I'll melt your fucking ass right here and now. But that's my personal opinion. It is what it is. Now let's continue. Oh, yeah, old boy did good with Pennywise. I ain't gonna even look at this fucking clip that long. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because if I stare at him as Pennywise, I'm not gonna fall asleep. And I already got a thing about clowns. I don't trust y'all no way. So it is what it is. I don't even trust Ronald McDowell. Oh.
Do you want it back?
Nope.
By far the most recent entry on our list, this new take on a nightmarish horror villain, first brought to life by Tim Curry, had us hiding behind our seats. What works here isn't just Skarsgård's all-in approach and impossibly creepy smile, but the little touches of something not quite human to remind you that this isn't just a serial killer or run-of-the-mill psycho, but an inhuman entity from parts unknown. Everything about this performance is creepy, from his walk to minor facial tics, and let's not forget his dance moves. If this character feeds on fear,
He's literally
he's in
fucking
for a full
dancing and his
buffet.
head is not moving.
Number 5, Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance, The Shining.
Ultimate fucking master.
Even before Jack Nicholson goes off the deep end in this fantastic performance, there are eerie hints of something dark and violent lurking just below the surface of this devoted family man. This is what makes his...
Okay, this is my thing. This is what made Jack Nicholson fucking legend, because it's the fact that of how his facial expressions, how he looks, and how he could switch from 0 to a fucking million real fucking quick. So I love Jack Nicholson. I really do. I love Jack Nicholson. He. That's how I feel about Jack Nicholson. He awesome as fuck. He would have got Shelley long ass. He would have got her. But, you know, hey.
His eventual descent into axe-swinging lunacy that much more credible and believable. The implication that Jack's time on
Look
the
at his
Overlook
face.
Hotel simply awakened
You wouldn't
something
fuck
that was
with him.
already there, just waiting to be let out.
Freddy, give me the bag.
What the fuck
Of
are you
course,
doing?
his performance after going insane still gives us the heebie-jeebies, but without that essential groundwork laid beforehand, it wouldn't be nearly as effective as getting us running for the nearest snowmobile.
I must be losing my mind.
Number 4, Anthony Perkins as Norman Bates, Psycho.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
One of the most iconic
Look
and
how he
trend-setting
looking at
horror
you.
performances of all time, this legendary turn from Anthony Perkins worked alongside Hitchcock's stellar direction and that famous score to make Psycho one of the greatest horror films of all time. At once sinister and sympathetic, Perkins comes across as a man in mortal terror of his own dark side, less of a calculating killer, and more like someone helpless to turn back the tide of murderous intent lurking beneath his soft-spoken demeanor. It's almost enough to make us feel sorry for him. Almost.
I think I must have one of those faces you just
Close
can't
off
help
your
but leave.
fucking ass. Fuck
This
you.
performance set the bar for virtually every horror film performance since, and it's plain as day to see why.
They'll say, why, she wouldn't
Don't
even
fucking. Oh my goodness.
try.
Number 3, Kathy Bates as Annie Wilkes, Misery.
Tell y'all like this, men. If there's no men of my generation or of the younger generation that has not seen this fucking film, I strongly advise you to do it. Because guess what? Y'all see women, we got the Snap show now and all this type of shit. Y'all, we're capable of getting away with this type of shit. Okay? So that means y'all want to stop playing them fucking games. You want to stop playing with people's emotions. I'm not speaking personally for me because I ain't got nobody, thank goodness. Like, this is what it is. But I guarantee you, see how you play when you play with people? This type of shit that fucking happens. It's something for y'all thoughts too, because some of y'all do that shit to some good men too. And they'll probably fuck you up like this too, but they don't get that much sympathy as a woman does for some reason. I don't know. But it is what it is. But yeah. Look at her face. She knows she's about to make some fucking sushi. She's about to make some fucking beef stroganoff and some shit. I saw Soul playing today. I don't know.
Is what you're looking for?
We're all fans of something, but very few of us approach the levels of obsession brought to life in this squirm-inducing performance, in which Kathy Bates plays a woman who keeps her favorite author hostage following a car accident.
My name is Annie Wilkes. Yes, that's right.
Switching back and forth from sweet and perky to screaming and psychotic at the drop of a hat, this performance keeps everyone brave enough to watch the notoriously
Your ass couldn't come
unsettling
home
movie
on
permanently
time
on
last
edge,
night.
even when the sledgehammers aren't flying and the
Bitch.
bones aren't breaking. It just goes to show that if you make sweetness with scariness, the results can be unsettling in the extreme.
God, I love you.
Number 2, Anthony Hopkins as Dr. Hannibal Lecter, The Silence of the Lambs.
Good evening, Clarice.
The role that made Anthony Hopkins one of the most respected actors of his generation, this performance is nothing short of legendary. Delivering his lines in the same soothing voice you'd use to read someone a bedtime story, Hopkins can get under the skin of just about anyone.
A census taker once tried to test me.
I can't deal with this kid looking directly at the camera and I feel he's looking directly at me. I can't.
And a nice Chianti.
With the cunning and guile of a serpent and the murderous evil of any slasher villain, Hopkins' performance became the template for depictions of evil and deviousness in movies for years after, inspiring countless imitators. But none could ever reach the same heights as the performance that
No one
inspired
can ever
him.
recreate
We're honestly
that.
thankful for that.
Have the lamb stopped screaming?
Here you go.
Before we unveil our top pick, have a look at some of our honorable mentions.
Candyman. That was a motherfucking name nobody would say 3 times.
I am Dracula.
Number 1, Linda Blair as Regan McNeil.
And the queen has
Exorcist.
won. Damn straight.
The most iconic depiction of innocence corrupted ever put to celluloid, Linda Blair's role as a young girl possessed by a demonic entity is the stuff of film legend, breaking taboos left, right, and center, and pushing every boundary of how children can be depicted in film. Blair's go-for-broke performance had audience members fleeing from the theater in tears, cementing the film as a bona fide horror sensation.
She would have got fucking shot.
Performing the role was so intense and traumatic that Blair even felt the psychological repercussions for years after, and we can only guess what it must have been like for the 13-year-old actress at the time.
Where's Regan? In here with us.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
Okay, y'all. So we're going to break this down. I agree with this list completely. I'm sorry. Linda Blair, you won that shit hands down. Because I don't give a fuck how people say that it's can't. Some people have said it's campy or whatever the fuck ever. Ain't nobody. First of all, anybody who comes up with that type of shit, you know it's sick in the mind. I'm just saying. And the way her head just turned back. No. No. That's why my grandmother forbid me to ever watch this fucking movie in life. But hey, teenagers do what the fuck they want. Okay? Jack Nicholson, love him to death. Anthony Hopkins, fucking awesome. You did Hannibal Lecter. I love beans, but I don't like liver, human or otherwise. I can't. And dude played in Terminator. To me, it wasn't that he was scary. It was just that, it was just like he had that emotion, and when he run, he just do that shit aerodynamically and shit. But to me, he was just, I didn't find his performance really scary. And I get where they were coming from saying that is a scary performance, because he would get shot at. He got shot, injured, all that type of stuff, and he literally had no emotion. But I don't think that his performance, to me, it wasn't scary. But it made for a great movie anyway, because I'm just like, this is what the fuck I'm talking about. This makes for good, combat sci-fi, all that good stuff. But anyway, again, shouts out to my boy Tim. I hope you guys like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Also, leave me any comments. And if you want to leave me any video links of any videos you want to see me react to, I know I usually say to put them in the comment section, but instead go to the discussion section of my channel and put them there, just because it's easier for me to keep track of what everyone wants me to react to, who sent it, so that way I can get to it, as quickly as possible. So anyway, again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Later.